So when you get comfortably seated on your mat, just make sure your sit bones are firmly planted on your mat. Flex the feet and inhale, bring the arms up to the ceiling. And as you exhale, bend the elbows and start to lean forward, slightly tucking the chin in towards you. And inhale, bring the arms back up. And we'll do this a few times. As you exhale, bend the elbows and come forward, keeping the legs engaged here, a slight bend in the knees and the toes flexing in towards you. Continue with this movement. Exhale brings you down and you slightly angle the chin in as we warm up both the back and the hamstrings here. Inhale, you reach your arms nice and high, and exhale, you come forward. If it's really uncomfortable to be seated here with a relatively stable back and legs, there's always the opportunity to place something underneath your seat so that you're allowing the pelvis to roll forward safely. So we're just holding in this braced position with the elbows bent. And inhale, the arms will come back up high. And exhale, release the arms down. And find your strap next, or something resembling a strap. So it could be a towel or a rolled up blanket. And we're now going to place it around the soles of our feet, taking a hold of either side of your strap. And then as you inhale, keep a nice strong and straight back as you reach your chest forward. And then as you exhale, try to fold, but keeping the back nice and straight. So we're not trying to fold and touch our head all the way to our legs, but we're just working with a small dynamic movement. When we inhale, we pull away from the legs and lift the chest, finding length in the spine. And then as you exhale, you're slightly pulling on the strap to bring yourself closer towards your legs. And just do this a few times. So we're working with a little bit more active engagement of our muscles here. So by flexing the feet and engaging the quads slightly, we're able to release the hamstrings, which will help to release the muscles on either side of the back, leading all the way up to a release in our neck. Coming out of that small movement, releasing the strap and placing it next to you, and you won't need that now. And so now we'll be coming into a more passive pose of what could be called caterpillar, but essentially it's just a folding forward posture where you allow your head and neck to completely relax down. The feet and the legs are completely relaxed. As you can see, I have a block underneath my head here. That may already be quite a fair distance down for you, so make sure that you're using props to support you here, whether it's a cushion underneath your belly or your chest, so you can completely just surrender and allow yourself to sink into the pose. And what you can also see is that my palms are faced up, so I've got no upper body tension. I'm not holding on to pull myself into the pose, but rather I'm just allowing myself to surrender into this posture and allowing the connective tissue to passively open. And the longer that we spend in the pose, the connective tissue slowly starts to expand and become more elastic. And so now I'm just adjusting the block down to a lower level, and you might do the same with whatever props you're using, whether it is a block or a combination of blocks and cushions and blankets. And by all means, if you try to move to a deeper level and it feels a little bit too intense, just go back up to where you were, as to where it felt a little bit more like you can stay within that discomfort for a little bit longer. The aim is never to be pushing through pain, but it's about expanding our capacity to deal with discomfort. And that may be right now in this practice that you're experiencing in your physical practice. It might be more mentally or emotionally. And then just notice how your capacity expands to deal with discomfort when you leave your practice. And when you're not in this sacred space where you're given permission to do that, just notice how you respond in those moments as well. Make sure to continue to relax your feet, legs, upper body, head and neck. Let it completely surrender. And just know that even if you're quite high up in this posture and your head and your neck is feeling really tight in this moment, just know that the next time you practice might be different. It could be different 5 minutes from now. It could be different tomorrow to next week. And so it's always an important reminder that we're not judging the practice by the experience we're having in it, but have a more informed judgment when you move out of your practice. Nice full deep breaths. And now we start to come out of the pose. So moving nice and slowly, walking the hands in, and just pausing, not making any quick movements. Moving your props out of the way, and then coming to lie down on your back for a rebound pose. It was quite an intense pose that we held for a decent amount of time. So now it's a chance to allow all of the hydration to come back into the body. Let the body do the work of rebalancing, reintegrating. And do your best here to focus on your breath and to be as still as you can. Super important here to rest in between our poses. So now draw your right knee in towards you and locate your strap again. So with the right knee drawn in, see if you can loop the strap over the sole of the right foot. And once you get a grip either side of the strap, allow the elbows to come all the way down to the mat and holding onto the strap still, but allowing the upper body to really relax. The left leg is completely relaxed here. We're not engaging the left foot or the left thigh. You're just allowing the back of the right hamstring now to start to get some traction. And so you can allow the eyes to close, or if the gaze is more comfortable open, just have a soft gaze on one spot on the ceiling, or perhaps looking at a part of your right leg. We're not trying to pull and pull and pull so our right leg meets the floor behind us, but we're rather just allowing all the muscles, the ligaments, the tendons, the joints to soften, so that our range of motion in our hamstrings will start to just open up for us. It will naturally start to increase as we have a consistent practice and we continually allow ourselves to surrender into the pose. Make sure that you're breathing deeply and smoothly in all of your postures, feeling the breath move all the way to the belly. And now we'll start to soften out of this pose. So bending the right knee again and releasing the strap. And then just relaxing with the right leg extended, coming into your rebound pose again. Nice and still, no tension in the body. And now please bend your left knee in towards you as we do the same pose on the other side. So relocating your strap, which should be near you, and then placing it around the sole of the left foot. Right leg completely relaxed and sliding the hands all the way down the strap so that you're still holding on to it, but your elbows and your upper body can relax here. The target area being the hamstrings. We don't want to draw any other attention or contraction to any other part of the body. And also just remember that asymmetrical poses will reveal our own asymmetries. So this side might feel completely different to the first side. And just honor your own body and your unique anatomy. And if you're nursing any injuries, please also be mindful of the poses that you engage in. Spend just a few more moments here, continuing to allow your breath to be smooth and even. The right leg relaxing even more, and you might feel this into the front of the right thigh and the psoas muscle. And see if you can let the left leg relax a little more. Feeling just these micro movements of the body falling deeper into the pose. Start to come out of the pose, first by bending the left knee to release the strap and placing it next to you as we come into our final rest pose. Letting the body completely surrender. And you may choose to stay here for longer if you have more time and you feel your body needs it. Or if it's night time and you're ready for bed, you're more than welcome to make your way into your bed and start to settle down and let the body go into complete surrender.